What's going on YouTube? My name's Alex, and this is As the Cheese Gaming. I'm on a quest to review every single racing game for the Nintendo 64. In this week's video game discussion / review, I'll be taking a look at Hydro Thunder. Developed by Eurocom, published by Midway, with a North American release date of February 2000. Hydro Thunder is a port of the classic arcade style game that if you grew up as an arcade kid in the 90s like I did, I'm sure you saw this one, or maybe you've played it in the time. And unfortunately, it actually kind of suffers from some of the issues that, certain arcade ports actually suffer from. But we'll get into that in a minute. In this video, I want to answer the question, is Hydro Thunder worth picking up and playing today? Short answer, well, no, not really. And Hydro Thunder, you see yourself racing huge power boats, with the object being, grab as much boost as you possibly can, try to boost in out of the racers, pick up time extends, and win the race. Right away when you play this game, you'll notice that, sometimes it's just a matter of honest, dumb luck as to whether or not you can actually, take first place, or whether or not you end up in, one of the very last places. Now, real quick, I want to touch on this game's controls, which, being that it's an arcade port, there's not a whole lot to it. You just have, brake, gas, and of course, the boost when you pick up the boost pads, which are kind of the whole entire point of the game. But there's no issues with the controls either. Everything feels quick and responsive. Next, let's touch on this game's music and sound effects. I feel this is where the game both, shines and also severely lags. The sound effects of the power boats and picking up boost and smashing into other people is absolutely phenomenal. It definitely helps you really get, into the overall feel of the game. And while it can't beat the original arcade port, or just how loud some of those arcade cabinets were, it is overall enjoyable. Unfortunately, the music in this game is not all that great. Honestly, I found myself just putting on, my own music in the background, or not even really paying any attention to it to begin with. So, the music and sound effects is kind of a mixed bag. Now, continuing on with this review, when you play the game, you could play in easy. After you beat easy, you get normal, and then later on, you get to do hard mode. Each mode that you unlock lets you unlock different boats, and the object is just to try to win every single race. The issue with that is, once you finish that, there's not really much else to do in this game. There's just not a ton to it. And I feel that's where Hydro Thunder really suffers the most for the sake of this game. The other issue that Hydro Thunder has is, right now, it's going for an average starting price of over $75? Holy cow. Honestly, if you're looking for an amazing arcade racer that's on water, I recommend sticking with Wave Race 64, which in my opinion is one of the best racing games ever on the Nintendo 64. But if you do have some nostalgia for Hydro Thunder, I think this is one where if you could find a way to play the arcade port, to quote SNES Drunk, any way you can, I'd go that way. Now, if you're a collector, or you just absolutely love arcade-style racing games, then sure, Hydro Thunder's worth picking up and eventually grabbing, or maybe if you just want to have this game in your collection, but just out of a curiosity, or if you're thinking, oh my god, I remember this one from my kid, I want to go pick it up today. Honestly, go pick up Wave Race instead, or better yet, if you want to play a game on water, you could even pick up Diddy and just play with the hoverboats. So, now I'll turn it over to you, dear viewers. Did you play this one in the arcade? Did you have this one for the Nintendo 64? And if you have any requests for me to check out in my next review, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Until next time.